Hey guys, yesterday I had made a video showing you this really awesome build for flak that gives you unlimited grenades. You could use any legendary grenade that you wanted as long as it had a very specific anointed ability, but the ones that work the best are obviously going to be the HEX grenades, and specifically the recurring HEX if you can get your hands on one of those. After I'd made that video yesterday, they issued a huge hotfix for today, and it tweaked all kinds of guns and grenades and other gear. And on that list were the HEX grenades, and they got a major reduction or nerf. In the details talking about this nerfing, they said that the HEX was calibrated to the wrong grenade modifier. They basically said that the grenade was envisioned to specialize by applying elemental damage over time to targets, but instead it was resulting in a large amount of damage and the elemental damage over time was being minimized. So they really wanted the damage over time or the elemental ability of these grenades to be the star of the show and not the amount of damage that they were doing. So they reduced the damage that the grenade initially does by 70% and also reduced the duration by 3 seconds. I've seen a few comments on social media where people are like, oh no, this is going to ruin the grenade, and I wanted to go in and test it and see just how bad it is after this patch. I tested it on one of the bosses and I did a before and after, and I also used the unlimited grenade build for flak that I posted yesterday. The grenade I tested with is one of the really popular ones, the recurring HEX, and this is the before patch. It has 1,168 damage that it does, and that's what they changed. They didn't touch any of the other stats. So this is what it looks like before patch, and then here is what it looks like after patch. Again, everything stayed the same. You can see the shock elemental damage over time, exact same number. The only thing that changed is the damage, and what's interesting here is that the after patch is showing only a 50% reduction and not 70. So I don't really know what's going on there, but I'm certainly not going to complain about it. So again, I went in and tested the recurring HEX against one of the enemies, and I chose Captain Trot. I wanted to time it and see how long it took before and after patch and how many grenades it actually took to kill him, because originally I just went in and melted him, so I wanted to see if it still was as powerful, and if not, how much worse. The results were interesting and probably what you would expect, but if you're not timing it like this and really paying close attention, you're not going to really notice the difference. I'll show you guys what I mean. So on the left is before patch, on the right is the after patch when it's supposed to be weaker, and what I'm going to do is start a timer right as he starts to take damage from the grenade, and again I'm using the unlimited grenade build for flak. And in that build I've got a lot of things beefing up my area of damage, the amount of damage my grenade does do, so I've got some things supporting it. So before patch on the left I killed him in a little over 7 seconds, and then on the right after patch it took almost 15 seconds, so double the time, which makes sense because it's half the damage. And as far as grenades, it took 4 to kill him before patch and 6 to kill him after patch, so that's not a drastic change. And if I didn't have all these stats on the screen, I wouldn't really notice the change a whole lot. I mean, you could tell subtly, but it went so fast and the grenades are so powerful that it was not that noticeable. I went into one of the arenas, the creature arena, and this is a place where this strategy works really good with the unlimited grenades for flak, and I didn't really notice a difference from yesterday and the before patch. I felt like I was going through the rounds just as fast, and there was a couple of bosses that I had to throw a few extra grenades at, but that was about it. So for me, I'm not sweating this nerf at all. It doesn't seem to be that big of a deal, and again, it's just not that noticeable for me. However, I'm using an OP build, so it's compensating for whatever this grenade might have lost for damage. But yeah, hopefully this will help you guys out some, and we'll see you guys next video.